Hi guys, welcome back to Momina's Mixed Plate, and my segment today is very, very exciting. And as you know, like the royal visit was all the rage everywhere. Like William and Kate were all over social media and the Pakistani airwaves. But what I have for you guys today is the royal photographers. So take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can be part of the Momina's Mixed Plate family. And let's welcome on Sam and Zach. Hi guys.
Hi there.
What's up? Do you see the beat shift from like on and off camera?
Yeah, it's strange being this side.
Huh? It's fun being on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, how's your trip been so far?
It's been an amazing trip. Been on like many royal tours, going on all the royal tours with William and Kate and Harry and Meghan, and I have to say this has definitely been one of the best. And
that's kind of unusual on tours. Normally have a day or two where the program's kind of boring. Picture-wise, it can be kind of dull. The outfits they wear can be quite dull. Whereas this tour has been colourful. It's all the engagements they've done has been really good.
I want to start off with talking about your dad, and like he basically, how did he come up with this whole thing? Like I mean, like his idea for photography and kind of getting into it, and how like you guys got into like the profession.
Well, my dad sort of started off shooting really professionally when he moved to the UK. He was born in Tanzania, and moved over to London in the 1960s. Just started off sort of shooting really showbiz throughout the 60s. So he shot some absolute legends.
Oh my God!
Mick Jagger to
the Beatles,
Freddie Mercury,
Steve McQueen. All these
film
iconic
sets.
Figures.
Yeah.
Whenever one of these celebrities comes in the news, like obviously recently we've had like the Freddie Mercury film and the Elton John film that came out recently, and he just pulls out all these pictures from their careers, and they're pictures that we haven't necessarily seen. He's got
so we're discovering new ones all the time.
Or if somebody dies, it's like, yeah, I photographed them, and you suddenly pull out these pictures. So we're still like even though we grew up around it and his pictures. It still surprises us.
Okay, so there's a massive debate going on that Kate is being positioned as the next Diana. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, color, like I mean, I don't know if you've been following like what's been going on social media throughout the tour, but like a lot of comparisons were being put together. A lot. Like I think on every tour or any event, there's always a comparison.
Especially when it's somewhere like Pakistan where Diana's been, and those pictures were very famous with Imran Khan, visiting the mosque, going to the cancer hospital, things like that. So they did similar itinerary. So that obviously naturally the newspapers and media are going to do comparison pictures between the two. And
I mean, to be honest, I think William and Harry, and also their two wives, that comparison's always going to be made whenever they go on tours. I mean, Diana went everywhere, so like we're quite used to it. I mean, my dad has pictures of Diana throughout her whole career, and pretty much anything they do or go on tour with, Diana's like been there or done something similar or worn something similar. So the comparisons are constantly there. And they always do those picture comparisons, and it's the same with Meghan.
They do a side by side picture.
Whether it just simply be the fashion or places they visited, or a quote from Harry or William about their mother's legacy. Those comparisons are always there, but I think there's one Diana. I don't think you could. She was a one-off. She was from a certain time, but
I mean, even they do seem to not replicate, not necessarily deliberately do similar things when they're on tour. So, for example, we recently in South Africa, Africa in general, and Harry went and visited landmines and things like that. There's that very famous picture of Diana walking through the landmine, with all the the safety things on, and so Harry did the same thing. I don't think it's like I'm going to do this because my mum did it. It's because he felt strongly about the cause. The cause, So they do tend to do similar things sometimes, but I don't think it's just to compare themselves to Diana as such. I think they very much want to live their own and have their own legacy, and not just ride on the fact of who their mother was.
Okay, so you guys travel with the royal family for many years now. What has been the most memorable trip for you guys?
I think other than this trip, which has stayed, that will go down as one of the best for me. Another one that really stands out is actually when they went to India and Bhutan. This is William and Kate. Again, it was a really, really colourful trip. You got pictures that you would never normally get on other tours because of the fashion she was wearing and the places they went. But one of the things they did was when they went to Bhutan, they actually went up on a trek up on a mountain, and I was lucky enough to be able to go up with them. And it was just the most peaceful, stunning location. And we sort of got to the top, and I was taking pictures of them with like this beautiful backdrop. And it was just so quiet and so still and peaceful. And I really had to, when I was at the top, just pinch myself and think, I'm really lucky to be up in such a beautiful surroundings, but with the future king and queen of England taking pictures of them. And it was just like, it
kind of just makes it even more special.
Yeah.
And for you, Zach?
I mean, on top of what I was on that tour as well, so I mean that was pretty amazing going to Bhutan. Recently, it was this time last year, they Harry and Meghan, it was their first major royal tour together, so there was buzz around that anyway. It was exciting. They did, which was a long tour. They did Australia, Fiji, Tonga and New Zealand, all part of the same trip, which was massive. But like one standout thing for that was when they went to Tonga. It was an incredible place. I mean, I had to look it up on the map. I didn't even know where Tonga was. And it was incredible. Like when we landed, they must have had every child on the island lining the streets with waving flags, just really excited and cheering. And you know, the drive went on for 20 minutes just along roads of kids, really cute kids waving flags. And we were in the royal convoy, so they were maybe 2 cars in front of us. So we got to experience what they got to experience, because most of the time we're not in the same convoy as them. We're further back, or we arrived at the same engagement like before they arrived. But this was, we were with them in the same, you know, line of cars. So we saw all this. It was an amazing moment.
Okay, so out of the 4 of them, so Harry, Meghan, William and Kate, who's the funniest?
I think certainly, like in the past, Harry's always been seen as the kind of jokey one, the most fun. And certainly growing up, you know, when he was like in his 20s, and I used to go on tour with him before, obviously Meghan came on the scene and stuff like that. He was, you know, he was a lot of fun. Now, obviously, he's got, you know, he's a bit more mature. He's got a wife, he's had a kid, and he's matured quite a lot. So maybe you don't quite see as much of that kind of fun, joke, slightly reckless side of him. But I think in the past it's definitely been...
I think, for example, someone like William and Kate, especially William, they have natural pressure put on them because they are the future king and queen. So they've got to be a lot more careful about what they say and do. But, you know, some people think William's boring, but, you know, he's not. You know, he has got a really good sense of humour. Like when we met him in Bhutan, there was a drinks reception where we met William and Kate, and he came around and spoke to all of us, and you know, he was a really funny guy, really good humour. He was joking with us that we're brothers, and he said, "Oh yeah, it's like me and my brother. His brother's got a beard, and Sam's got a beard," and we were joking like things like that. And it was, you know, he's a funny guy.
What would be your biggest take back from this particular royal visit?
I mean, I think it was so well put together, so well organised. You know, I think people may have thought that Pakistan would be wayward and difficult, and it was so smooth. It was one of the best, genuinely one of the smoothest tours we've been on. It was,
everything really good to hear.
Everything worked. Everyone was impressed.
They said it was the biggest, like the palace said it, like logistically, it was the biggest tour they've done in terms of like obviously the security and logistics of it all. So a hell of a lot of work went into it, but I think the tour showed off Pakistan in a really, really good light. There was lots of photographers and journalists that had never been to Pakistan, and I think everything we heard them say was really positive
Was
about
really
it.
positive.
But even like with the flight being diverted back to Lahore, everyone was in good spirits, you know. It's kind of like people almost wanted to stay on longer, you know. It's kind of, genuinely, especially Lahore, everyone loved Lahore.
Yeah, Lahore's a fun city.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's like the real deal for people. You know, people, I think people did want to stay on, like they can't, but you know, everyone had a great time. I didn't hear anyone saying anything negative, and that's just not me saying it. That is honestly on tours, people like to complain.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean they're tired and things like that. This was really good.
I think it's really good for Pakistan, like to show in a really good light.
And they definitely did. I think,
yeah. Which part of like this tour was your favorite? Like Chitral for you?
Chitral, without a doubt, that was like one of the best moments of my career, I think.
And for you?
I was just the things they did in Lahore was great. You know, it's just, you know, visiting the mosque and you know playing cricket and things like that. It's just fun and really good pictures. And you know, being in Lahore, I've been here when I was a child, and it's just great to be back. I love it here. You know, so it was.
It's like home. It's
Second
like part
home.
home.
Yeah.
Like not really home, but
no,
like
but it's
half
nice.
of like your family and your cousins are all here.
Yeah,
so
my grandparents from here, so yeah, it's definitely special.
Special.
Yeah.
Is there anything like, were you guys like the experts on the tour? Like, were like half Pakistanis were coming in with you, these guys?
Yeah, all the other guys were joking. It's like, well, you guys are local after all. You know, you're the locals, so you tell us where to go.
Yeah, like, no.
And like the locals.
Like, we're not gonna share anything with you. We've got our own scene set up here. You guys do your thing.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, apart from the royal family, you also cover Cannes Film Festival and like a lot of entertainment and showbiz stuff.
That's right, yeah.
So can we, like, before we sign off, can we have a quick, like, I guess, like some tidbit from that part of your world?
Well, I think that's one of the best things I like about my job is that, you know, one day I can be photographing the royals on a tour like this. When I go back, I think I've got to go up to Scotland to photograph like some music concerts. The day after that, I might be shooting like a film premiere. So it is really, really varied, and can be quite. I mean, the job has its downsides, but it can be quite glamorous. Definitely one of the highlights of my year is the Cannes Film Festival.
I'm sure.
You know, with the glitz and glamour, we all know it, and it's it's a great place to be as a photographer. Full on, busy. There's 3 or 4 film premieres every day, red carpet events, and they organise lots of photo calls on the beach area and around there. So it's just it's full on, but as a photographer, it's a great place to be every year. As
a photographer, and this is a question I've wondered, who for you is the most easier, your favorite person to photograph? Like, who do you enjoy? Like, there's certain people who just are very easy and then they'll give you those kind of shots. Like,
yeah, so like models, like the top models are really, really easy because they do the job for you. They know how to pose. They know how to get, you know, people like Kate Moss, Cara Delevingne, Gigi and Bella Hadid. You know, it's very hard to go wrong because with certain people you really need to work it to produce a great picture, but with them it makes it so much easier because they know how to pose, and that's why they're the top models in the world.
Yeah. And I saw some amazing photographs that you've taken from the premiere of Maleficent?
Yes.
Are you recent?
A week
See,
ago.
I've been stalking this.
You know. You probably don't know that.
And for you, who's like your most favorite person to photograph?
Well, I mean, I said I used to do red carpet events as well before moving on to the roles, and I mean, love him or hate him, Tom Cruise is actually really good on the red carpet. He takes time to pose up, you know, make sure everyone gets what they need. Yeah. And even on like a red carpet situation where they're trying to get the stars to get by really quick, he is actually really professional, and he takes his time, and he always takes time to do all the autographs and things. So I think Tom Cruise is actually a really good person to photograph.
He's very professional.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
and I just want to thank you guys quickly for, you know, taking out this time and being on my tiny little show.
That's a pleasure. Yeah.
And I wish you guys all the best. Like, your life is fascinating and hectic, and I'm glad that I was able to get a little bit of a peephole into it. So all the best for the rest of your trip. I believe that your cousins have some fun things planned for you guys.
Yes, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing
big party tonight.
Lahore.
Bring on the party.
We'll all be there together.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's a good time. The tour's just finished.
Yeah,
so we're ready
celebrate.
to kick back and enjoy Pakistan now.
And enjoy Pakistan. And I believe you'll be traveling to Karachi.
I am. Yeah, I'm going to Karachi. My wife joined me for at the end of the tour now. And yeah, we're going to spend a couple of days in Karachi before flying back to London.
That's amazing. I'll be in London next month, so I'm going to hit you guys up.
Definitely.
Yeah, and maybe I can start posing for you guys on the streets of London.
yeah. We'll get a red carpet ready.
Yeah, lay that shit out.
Yeah. Don't
right
worry.
on Oxford Street.
Yeah, that's it. We'll clear the way.
How the plebs walk.
Could do a fashion show down.
Yeah, right there. It was, thank you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the segment. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be part of the Momina's Mixed Plate family. And I'll see you next time. Take care.